Hello. Today we are going to be talking about one of my all-time favorite singers, and I'm so excited. We are going to talk about Julie Andrews and talk about how you can find information about her and learn about her and her life and various things that you might not have known before about her, because there's a lot to know. I thought it might be kind of neat to talk about a couple of my absolute favorite facts about Julie Andrews, and then I will go through all of my bibliography information, and then I'll discuss a couple more of my favorite facts and fun little things about Julie Andrews at the end. Let's dig in. So my absolute favorite piece of information about Julie Andrews was, I'll say not what I'm getting ready to say, but what happened after. So in the 90s, she had a surgery to remove her vocal nodules, and it actually destroyed her voice entirely. And it actually took a long time before she was able to even recover her speaking voice from just sounding very gravelly and not being able to sort of get through sentences. After this, though, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, she found that she had a knack for TV acting as well. So she became a movie actress, a television actress. She still did some stage works. And also she became a writer, which is absolutely amazing. She not only wrote 2 memoirs, but she also wrote a full series of children's books, which we will get into more later. All right, so now what I'm going to do is show you sort of the bibliography information that I found and stuff that anyone could have access to and learn what there is to know about Julie Andrews. All right. So I didn't have a lot of information that I could find on Encyclopedia Entries, but I did want to include a couple just so that we did have that sort of notched. Encyclopedia Britannica does have some information on her, but it does not have as much information as some of my other sources. So this journal entry right here, Julie Andrews Kicking Up Her Heels, is a really amazing cover story on her, and everything is sort of, all of the information in it is repeated in other interviews with her and in her book, and it's just got a lot of information about her debut as a child singer at the age of 12 at the London Hippodrome. It has information on her stage performances and sort of how she got into the career from a point of being a family act with her parents. Realm does have some access to different articles, but I found that the most beneficial source were the websites. So the websites have basically everything that you need outside of certain things. The websites will have a ton of information that you can find about her career, the different things that she's been in, and it's so easy to find these. They're free to access. So Discogs has, and I've got it marked here also under discography, it has just a list of different things that she's sung on. And also, you can listen to them right there, same website. It kind of works a little bit like Spotify, but not quite the same. Then IMDb has a list, of course, of all of the different movies that she's appeared on, whether as just a voice or herself or as a character. The Julie Andrews collection and Julie Andrews online are the same things. They just have a lot of information on her. And then there's this one right here that is all about the surgery that she had on her voice. So it took a little bit for me to find archival information, and I did have to get advice from other people on how to go about looking for archival information on her. But if you go to the New York Public Library Archives or the 20th Century Fox Features Collection, you can find so many different things about Julie Andrews. You can find photographs of her behind stage. You can find different pieces of information regarding like how she was behind the scenes and all kinds of really interesting things like that. Of course, I had mentioned earlier that she wrote 2 memoirs, and those are listed here. And then there's also this biography on her by Richard Sterling. And so these, if you wanted to like sit down and read a book about Julie Andrews, these would be your primary options. So that's all I really had as far as finding information on her. She's really widely known, so it's pretty easy to find information on her online. I will show you that this is the article that I was talking about. It was a very short read, and it's got so much information in it. Right here is about when she was 12 years old, and she debuted at the London Hippodrome in the Starlight Roof, singing an operatic aria. Typically that's not something you see kids doing, and I'm not, I wasn't there, so maybe she did great. I think that's kind of surreal to me that she was singing that kind of music at such a young age. But it's Julie Andrews, so it was probably great. It's also got information about her role as Mary Poppins and etc. etc. I would highly recommend a quick, it's this page, a little bit on this page, and then through here. It's a really, really great read. Finally, so this is the biography website that I had listed as sort of a website that you could go to. It talks a lot about her surgery as well. And then IMDb, in case you don't know how much TV she's been on, I just wanted to do a quick scroll through so you can see that she's been in so many different things and such a wide variety of characters. One of the cool things that she does now is with her daughter, she has, well, here's a picture of the different books that she's published with her daughter, Emma. And then she has a podcast with her daughter where she and her daughter narrate a bunch of different children's books, not necessarily just their children's books, but others as well. And it's geared towards kids, but listening to her voice narrate is so soothing that maybe you might want to take a look. And so I think that's probably one of my favorite facts about her too, is that, someone who has had such a long career as her, and she's now doing podcasts, is a pretty neat thing. So I did want to just briefly play. I'm not sure if it's not going to let me play. But anyways, when her and her daughter are narrating this, it's not just reading the book. There's conversation, and it's really quite interesting to listen to. And so, yeah, that's sort of a overview on different things that you can find about Julie Andrews and the different types of sources that you can use as far as encyclopedia versus journal versus website, monographs, that sort of thing. There's a lot of different information that you can find about her because she is fascinating. Thank you so much.